sharing practical tips and strategies that you can use to overcome obstacles and distractions and stay focused on what's important. I'll also be sharing insights and lessons from some of the most successful people in the world and how you can apply them in your own life. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear plan and system for getting ahead of 99% of people and achieving your goals in the next 100 days. You'll know exactly what you need to do to make rapid progress and maintain the motivation and confidence to make it happen. The first problem is social media and the internet have hijacked your mind. They have been designed to steal as much of your time, attention, and energy as possible, using algorithms and psychological techniques to keep you hooked, scrolling, and coming back for more. As a result, you end up wasting hours of your day on social media and the internet without even realizing it. You get lost in a whirlwind of posts, videos, and comments, and you forget about your own goals and dreams. Before you know it, you look up from your phone or laptop, and the day has passed you by without actually having achieved anything. But here's what you have to realize. You have a limited amount of time and energy in this life, and if you're not careful, you'll end up wasting it all on things that don't matter. You'll end up stuck in the same situation while others keep moving ahead because they are able to stay focused on achieving their goals. It's time to break free from the cycle of distractions and reclaim your time and energy to focus on your own goals and dreams. With a clear plan and system, you can get ahead of 99% of people and achieve more in the next 100 days than most people achieve in a whole year. First, you must take control of your mind. This means focusing on what's important and eliminating all distractions. It may not come naturally at first, but with continued practice, you can become prolific at cutting out everything from your life that doesn't serve your mission. Do you ever feel like there aren't enough hours in the day to get everything done? It's easy to fall into the trap of feeling like time is working against you. But the truth is, you have the same 24 hours in the day as everyone else. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is how they choose to use their time. It's important for you to track how many hours you are currently wasting on activities that don't contribute to your goals. How many of those hours could be spent working toward your dreams? Make an effort to use your time more productively by cutting out distractions and setting aside dedicated time for working on your goals. You'll be amazed at how much more you can achieve just by becoming more aware of the hours you have available to you. Time blocking is a powerful technique that can help you be more productive and achieve more with your time. First, create a list of all the tasks you need to do and organize them by priority. Next to each item on your to-do list, estimate how long each task should take you to complete. Be honest with yourself about how much time is required to complete each one. Then schedule each task as a time block in your calendar, beginning with the highest priority. Set a countdown timer at the start of each time block and begin working on each task without any distractions, aiming to complete it within the allocated time. This turns into a game and creates a sense of urgency where you are racing against the clock with complete focus. This productivity hack will make you realize just
Welcome in. Listen, if you're tuned in on YouTube right now, please make sure you smash that subscribe button and send this out to a couple of your friends and family. I'm just waiting on just a couple more people to pop into our Zoom room, and we're going to get started in the next few minutes. I want to say welcome to Coffee and Crypto, the #1 cryptocurrency morning show in the world. Send the link out, blast it out. My avid listeners, I need you guys' help right now. Blast this link out and let some people know that we are here and we're about to get ready to go live. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. We'll get started in the next 3 to 4 minutes. Let's go.
How much you can achieve in a single day when every hour is used productively. Another key principle that will help you get ahead of the competition is the concept of Kaizen. Kaizen is the Japanese philosophy of taking small, consistent, daily actions to achieve long-term goals. It allows you to take big goals that can often be intimidating and break them down into small, manageable steps that can be achieved on a daily basis. By focusing on small improvements each day, you are able to make steady progress towards your goals over time, rather than trying to tackle everything at once. Over time, These small improvements add up to significant progress and achieve.
Hey, I just want to say, I see y'all working right now, man. I appreciate y'all for blasting the link out. I'm actually going crazy. So if you're on the call and I sent you a text, it's because I don't even know who on the call. I'm just sending everybody, because today's call, I'm about to get ready to lay it all on the line. They might delete this. They might actually delete this YouTube. Like, I think we're getting to that point where we're giving too much value. We're giving too many secrets. And that's why we have the Secrets of Crypto and Money. Welcome in. We're going to get started in the next 2 minutes. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, the #1 cryptocurrency morning show in the world. My name is Vincent Owens, guys. Sit back, relax. Make sure you got your coffee and your tea brewed up, because it's about to definitely be a hot show. Let's get it.
By following the Kaizen principle, you can make steady, consistent progress towards your goals and avoid the common pitfalls of procrastination, perfectionism, and overthinking. Success is a marathon. Focus on making small, incremental improvements every day for 100 days, and you'll be amazed at the results. When it comes to achieving your goals and aspirations, it's important to remember that not everyone will understand your drive to succeed. Some people may label your dedication to your work as unhealthy obsession. However, by definition, most people are average. To become great, you must not allow the mentality of the majority to consume your mind. Instead, you must strive to think bigger and do more than most people do. This means setting ambitious goals, working harder and smarter than others, and constantly pushing yourself to be better. To truly get ahead of 99% of the people, you must be willing to put in the work and make the sacrifice that most won't. Remember, true success is about following your dreams, not about pleasing others. It's also important to think deeper than what you just want to achieve. Instead, consider who you want to become.
With Shopify's mobile app, you can handle your business anywhere. Add and edit products.
Reflect on the person you most respect and how they live their life. Imagine them watching your every move and ask yourself, would they be proud of the actions you take? This mindset shift will subconsciously hold you accountable and make you take action when you feel like being lazy. It's not just about achieving a goal. It's about becoming someone you respect and are proud of. So who do you want to become, and what actions will you take to get there? The importance of execution and taking action cannot be overstated. Ideas don't make you rich. Execution does. Execution is the key to turning your ideas into reality. It's easy to talk about.
Let's go. What is going on? Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, the #1 cryptocurrency morning show in the world. Guys, today we have efficiently hit episode number 74. No, we do not have the ability to record. We're live on YouTube. All right. We do not have the ability to record because we're live on YouTube. All right. Make sure you guys are tuning into YouTube. Make sure you let your family know. All right. I'm in space right now. All right. I'm just letting you guys know I'm in a different space right now. I'm in a different place right now. I know what's about to happen. And guys, there's a lot of people down here. Hold on this side. There's a lot of people that are going to be down here that's not going to understand that we're dealing with something that is way different than we've ever experienced before. And I got the proof, the facts, the numbers, and the logics today to be able to show you guys exactly where we're progressing through. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto. I want you guys to do me a favor and just go ahead and drop how you're feeling this morning. Drop those affirmations in the chat box and let me know how you're feeling this morning. We are live on YouTube. So if you do need to go back and watch this, you can go to the YouTube channel and you can check this out. I'm actually working on my Zoom right now. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you, this probably is a good problem, but I ran out of storage on my Zoom account. So I'm trying to figure out how to add more storage. So if you know how to do that, tap in with me outside of this call. All right, and let me know. But yo, I'm feeling energized right now. Let's go. I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling fabulous. Everybody drop a damn comment. Everybody drop a damn comment. Stop playing. I feel lovely. Stop playing with this. This time is for you. And I also want to challenge each and every one of you all to turn your cameras on right now. Yo, what's up, Chris? I want to challenge everybody to turn their cameras on right now. Join me. Join me in the field. We're in the field right now. You know what I mean? Look, don't be weird. It don't matter. Look, I don't care if you got them little, I know some of y'all on the West Coast, you still got the curling. You still got the curls in your head. Chris just took the clips out his dress. I understand. It's all good. You know, it's all good in the hood. But now I want to say thank you. All right, my brother Michael Branch, Mr. Branch is feeling bullish. Mr. Branch, I've been listen, everything you're dropping on Twitter has been absolutely spot on. And I want to say thank you for continuing to lead the way. All right, lead the way. Watch how I lead the way. That's what the Migos said. Watch how I lead the way. Yeah. Yes, sir. Shout out to LA in the building. Taylor, hello. How you doing? Miss Zuli, Chris, my tribe, my mom, Tammy, what's going on? Yes, sir. Marion, what's going on? If you are available to turn your screens on, please feel free, all right, to turn those screens on so we can see those beautiful faces. I know y'all at work. I know y'all doing what you got to do, but I want to just go ahead and grab my tea this morning. I couldn't do coffee. I could do some tea. And I want to say cheers to each and every single one of you all for taking the time to just be here. What up, Bai? What up, Jare? My brother Jiggy Bai is in the building. And I'm going to take a sip with you all. All right. I know some of y'all like, man, what is wrong with this guy, man? Why is he so excited? Why is he so fired up? You guys don't understand. Like, we are rich. Like, we're so wealthy. We hold assets that the average people like us was never supposed to hold. And if this is your first time on Coffee and Crypto, I want to say that the reason why we started this wasn't even supposed to be a podcast. It kind of just happened. The reason why we started this show was to just educate. I was trying to educate my tribe. I wanted to educate my community. And I think some people like Mizuli and a couple other Billy and a couple other people said, hey, why don't you turn this into a podcast? Open this up for the world. Stop being selfish. And I said, you know what? You're right. That's what I'm going to do. So I want to say thank you. And to everybody on YouTube, I mean, my videos are getting way more views now. So it's hitting the algorithm the right way. So I want to say that it's definitely given 10,000 subscribers very, very soon. That's how I'm feeling. Like it's about to be exponential growth. All right, 2023 is the Jordan year. And when you come to this call or any other call, you got to make sure that you got the energy. Guys, I'll be back. It's definitely bamboo season, Chris. I'm going to be back, all right, in my studio. I was supposed to be today, but I got to go do some stuff right after this that's actually in the area that I'm in. So I didn't want to drive all the way to the north side and have to come back to the south side of town. So, all right, I had to shoot it from where I'm at. But I will be back in my studio on Thursday. I will have the lighting, we'll have the recording, we'll have everything set up by Thursday, back to our regular scheduled programming. If you guys are excited, remember, if you like something that you hear, all right, make sure you drop a coffee emoji. That is a culture that we have here. Drop those coffee emojis, the hot coffee, all right, inside of the chat box anytime, all right, anytime. And if you're on a computer watching this, I don't know if you got emojis, all right, but you could just type the word hot in the chat box, all right, and that lets me know that it is hot. All right, so with that being said, let's dive into this bullish content, family. Let's get into it. So let's get into it. XRP Chiz is probably gonna sue me for doing that. I don't know. Anyway, let's get to it. So where are we at right now? So before we get into crypto, we got to go over the real world facts of where we are right now. We have hit the debt ceiling in America. I don't know if you all heard, but we've hit the debt ceiling. $32 trillion of debt the United States is in. What does this mean for us? Where do we go moving forward? This is where we're going to spend the very first 10 minutes of this show talking about the debt ceiling, watching a couple videos, and reading some articles from CNBC. Then we're going to progressively move into Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and JP Morgan Chase. Shout out to Michael Branch. Thank you so much, Mr. Branch, for dropping that today on Twitter. But XRP is becoming the Apple of the blockchain space. I have proof. Then we're going to move into, the SEC, the Securities Exchange Commission, and we're going to talk about some of the new lawsuits that they have out there. Okay, some of the new things that they're doing. Okay, then we're also going to move into we're going to talk about the SWIFT and how SWIFT in Binance is stopping their customers from purchasing in certain countries. You can only buy up to bare minimum $100,000. We're going to talk about these things today. So make sure you sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Welcome to Coffee and Crypto, family. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's get to it.
In this morning's Money Watch, we're going to unpack what the debt ceiling means to everyday Americans, with the government expected to hit that limit today. When you hear the term debt ceiling, you might roll your eyes and think to yourself, how does this affect me? Well, CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger is here to explain why it actually does. Jill, good morning. How you doing?
Good, doing well.
Okay, so what exactly is debt ceiling?
So it's basically the limit, and it's an arbitrary limit of the total amount of debt that the U.S. can actually borrow. It goes back to 1917.
Okay.
And because we generally spend more than we take in every year for all the various obligations we have, we run up debt. Periodically, the debt ceiling needs to be raised. It's been raised 86 times since 1960. It's usually a bipartisan.
Hold on, wait. It's been raised 86 times since 1960. I need you guys to understand that all of this is imaginative. Like it's money has never been physical. It don't even make sense to rob a bank because you're not even going to get cash these days. Everything is digital, right? So understand that they've been making stuff up. The debt ceiling, I mean, debt is real, right? Or debt really is, it's not real, it's fake. You know what I mean? All of it is fake. And so that's why they can continue to raise the ceiling of something that is fake, because it really doesn't matter. Listen up.
Non-event administrative. But what is clear is not raising the debt ceiling can have significant consequences on the economy and on us.
So I'm sitting at home, I'm watching you, I should be worried. Why?
Well, okay. When we don't have the debt ceiling raised, the U.S. Treasury Department has a series of bad decisions to make. So right now they're starting with kind of like the medium measures that don't really impact us. But we get closer to the summer, what is likely to happen is we could start seeing a real change. What would happen? We could see furloughing of government employees. So now we're talking about hundreds of thousands of people.
Wow.
We're talking about some of those government employees being forced to work, but not getting paid. We're also talking about things like delaying Social Security checks. Maybe you won't get your tax refund on time. Maybe you won't go to a national park. I just want to focus on one thing very particularly. When you don't have Social Security checks coming in, not only is it putting individuals at risk, it is putting the economy at risk.
Right.
Those Social Security checks are spent in this economy. We are in an economy right now that is teetering on the edge of recession. So this could cause tremendous tumult and could push us further into a recession than we would have been otherwise.
The ripple effect.
Well, when you lay it out like that, Jill, you go, well, why not just fix the debt ceiling?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
good,
When
thank you.
When you lay it out like that.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I exactly agree with that, because this has become a strange battle in fighting a fight that's already been fought. And what do I mean by that? When you think about the debt ceiling, this is not running up new debt for something we haven't voted on. Congress, previous Congresses, Republicans and Democrats have voted on certain spending measures. Raising the debt ceiling pays for the measures that have already been voted on.
Okay.
So this has become this strange way of saying, we don't like the amount of money going out for Social Security or whatever program you care or don't care
That
about.
was already agreed upon.
It was already agreed upon, which makes people like me nuts.
Republicans want to use this moment, though, to cut spending. They say, look, the debt ceiling is at 31 trillion. That's a huge number. I mean, on the other hand, feel better about your personal credit card bill.
Yeah.
But do they have a point in saying, hey, this is out of control?
Well, I think they would have a point if they hadn't voted back, in 2017 for tax cuts that weren't paid for, or hadn't voted on a series of plans that we really did need during the pandemic. Everything in retrospect gets a different tint through a political lens.
Right.
I'm a money person. I don't really care about politics. I care when politicians screw up the economy and actually impact ordinary Americans' lives.
That should be your answer machine message.
That's it right there.
That's it. And you know what? To be honest with you, the people who are grandstanding around this, they do so at their own peril. Because in the past, what we know is when we have these conflicts and they go to the bitter end, just go back to 2011, the last time we had a big impasse. The stock market went down by 14% over 4 weeks. The bond market went berserk and borrowing costs increased. We were looking at job losses, and it did take time to recover. Again, we're already slowing down after this post-pandemic recovery.
Right.
This is not the moment to have a fight like this.
Right.
All right.
Very clear.
Bill always breaks it down. Thank you.
All right. So we are, all right, we are in trouble. Okay. We're in big trouble. And I showed you all on Thursday of last week. Okay, I showed you all that on episode 73. You can go back and watch it. We talked about Davos, and we watched the ECB's the European Central Bank's lead, or I can't think of the word, but liaison, right? The head of the European Central Bank, talk about where we are, right? And she talked about, how they're not, well, actually it wasn't the European Central Bank, it was the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, right? And she talked about how she feels like we're not going into a bigger recession than what they've claimed, but we really are, right? We're really moving into something worse. And anytime that it's going to get really bad, they have to tell us that it's not going to be that bad, because they don't want people to what? They don't want people to panic. All right. So let's go and read up on what CNBC said. So it says the U.S. hit the debt ceiling. Here's what that means for your money. Now, right before the debt ceiling happened, right? I think it's kind of strange, but we showed this on last week's episode as well. Bank of America and Zelle transactions shut down. People were at Bank of America upset, right? So banks are shutting down. They're misappropriating people's funds. The SEC is going after FTX instead of going after Bank of America. The SEC is going after Gemini and Genesis instead of going after Wells Fargo Chase. Not Wells Fargo. JP Morgan Chase. And all these other banks, right? They're not going after them. They're going after the players, and they're stifling innovation through blockchain technology. Why? Because they really don't want this to happen. But honestly, there is no choice. You can't stop the blockchain. You can't stop the block train. That's what I like to say, right? You cannot block the train. Now, what is the debt ceiling again? The U.S. government funds much of its spending through debt, okay, which is issued by the Treasury. The current limit is 31.4 trillion. So 31.4 trillion is the current limit. Let's go and look and see where we are today. Okay, so let's go to the world debt clock. Okay, let's go to the world debt clock and let's take a look and see where we are today. Okay, we're at $31.5 trillion. Okay, we just read here that the limit was what? 31.4. We're at 31.5. Hello. So what does that mean? Well, we are already over the debt ceiling. So where does it stand now? Republicans in the House of Representatives say they won't agree to raise the limit unless the Biden administration agrees to cut its spending. Yellen and company are essentially finding money where they can in the meantime. So what does that mean? That means your health benefits. That means your Social Security. That means all of this stuff that they promised you that you didn't read the fine print on, right? That they can take from you at any time. You know what they started with? They started, all right, we talked about this episodes ago. Okay, I can't think of the name right now because a lot of stuff is running through my mind, but drop it in the chat box for the people that do remember. Okay, however, there's a certain term, and it's going to come to me. I know God's going to send it to me, but there's a certain term where the banks, where we put our money in the banks and they're only reserve, what is it called, Ms. Zuli? The fractional reserve, right? My man, fractional reserve, right? So how much money the Federal Reserve, your central bank, has by law to hold in the bank. It used to be 10%. It dropped down to 5%, and now it's 0%. So do you understand that for every dollar that you put in the bank right now, they hold 0 of it in the reserve for you. And you worked hard for it. You did everything for $1 and they hold 0. So when you go to the bank, just like these people at Wells Fargo said, my money's missing. Okay, well, we can't do nothing for you. Oh, we can't do that. Why? Because you didn't read the fine print. Let's continue to push forward. So a few examples: suspending new investments in the civil service retirement and disability fund. Hold up. So what about my disabled people? Right? I would love to hear from you, Ms. Zuli, about that. Right? And postal service retiree health benefits funds. These are things that's going to be hit. They said that people are going to have to be forced to work governmental jobs and some people won't get paid. All these companies are firing, but you have certain companies in the blockchain, AKA Ripple, that's hiring. Do you understand the shift? Companies are firing. Blockchain companies that have real world utilities are hiring. There's a shift happening. Let's keep pushing. What can happen as the US approaches a default, right? It says, okay, let's read it. Although some will debate technicalities, most experts will tell you that the US has never defaulted on its debt and will very likely take steps to avoid a default this time around. Now, listen to this. I had an interesting video that I pulled on Twitter. Y'all know Twitter's my spot. That's where I go, right? So check this out. This guy, Stephen Moore, was the former Trump senior economic advisor. So I think he's somebody that knows what he's talking about.
Debt ceiling is really the most important vote in terms of being able to try to restrain what it was a $32 trillion debt. And just to put that in perspective, Rob, I think I'm a little bit older than you. I arrived in Washington in 1984. You want to take a guess at what the debt was in 1984? 1 trillion.
I was going to say under $1 trillion, but yeah, 1 trillion. Okay. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
We've gone from 1 trillion to $32 trillion.
Yeah, 1 trillion. Okay.
Hold on.
I was going to say under $1 trillion.
That was in 1984. 1 trillion.
I was going to say under $1 trillion, but yeah, 1 trillion. Okay. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
We've gone from 1 trillion to $32 trillion over the last, 35 or 40 years. This is insanity. This is a recipe for national bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Somebody show me any country in the history of the world that has been able to borrow and spend their way to prosperity. So my view, I think, is the same as where you were leading up to. Republicans have to take a very, very hard line on this. And for example, let's say debt ceiling is.
All right. So we are in a liquidity crisis right now. All the banks have a liquidity problem. There's not enough money. We're in too much debt. There's not enough money. We can't afford to print more money. They're not going to allow us to keep printing money. So where's this magical money going to come from? Bingo, Ripple's on-demand liquidity. ODL, on-demand liquidity through Ripple. There is quadrillions of dollars locked up in Nostro Vostro accounts. If you don't believe me, type it into Google. But let's continue to push forward. Now, amidst all of this happening, January 23rd, Bank of America, JP Morgan, and other banks reportedly teamed up on digital wallet to rival Apple Pay. Why is this happening? The reason why it's happening is because Apple is becoming a bank. Apple is a bank. If you guys did not know, Apple is not a cell phone company anymore. It's a bank. It's a bank. They're not in tech anymore. They're fintech now. Apple is fintech, financial technology. Google is not a tech company by itself. It's a fintech company. You have Google Pay. It's a bank. I was sitting down with my uncle. We were having a drink. We were at a place called Rock Steady here in Atlanta. Okay, we were sitting down. We were talking. All right, and he works for Google. Okay, my uncle works for Google, and he was like, He calls me by my middle name. So he's like, Marius, do you understand that Google is not a tech company anymore. It's a bank. He was the first person to say this. He said this 2 weeks ago. And lo and behold, here comes these banks that's going to battle Apple, and they're going to battle who? Google. Why? Because they're the bank. They're trying to take the position of the banks. So I'm going to break this down for you. Let's read it. According to the Wall Street Journal, the digital wallet will be operated by Early Warning Services, a joint venture from several banks that also runs Zelle. So all of these banks run Zelle. Look, Taylor had to take a sip of her tea. She said, hold up. The new wallet would initially be launched with Visa and MasterCard already on board. We know that Visa and MasterCard are Ripple partners. If you didn't know, now you know. Go look it up. Okay. Now, the move could be seen as an effort to slow Apple, put Apple's push into consumer banking, as the tech giant already offers a branded credit card and is exploring other products for their famously a loyal customer base. Drop a 7 if you have an Apple device. Drop a 7 if you have an Apple device. I want to make a point here, okay? It says, it simply takes a very long time, a killer customer experience which needs to be better than incumbents, not just similar, and compelling merchant value proposition to build the two-sided network effects in payments to achieve scale. Well, guess what? They don't gotta build it. The technology is already here. How do I know? From articles in literally years and years of research. Here's an article for you, family. Bank of America to partner with Ripple for ODL. We just talked about it. On-demand liquidity services after XRP lawsuit finishes. The SEC is suing Ripple, a San Francisco-based company. Why? Because of the fact that they want to settle before using Ripple's on-demand liquidity. The SEC just want their bag. They just want their money. They're just some greedy bastards. Excuse my language to the ladies on the call, Miss Zuli, my mom, but that's true. Okay, it's true, Miss Sharon. Okay, hello, Miss Sharon. Welcome back. Good to see you. Okay, so Brad Garlinghouse made it clear that they're ready to settle with the SEC as long as they can get clarity on XRP, which is the world's bridge currency. Let's continue to push forward. Wells Fargo website. They talk about, this is August 2022. They talk about digital assets, a world of possibility. If we scroll down, they talk about the world moving from the Internet of Information from 1983 to present to the Internet of Value, which started in 2009. If we continue to push down, what does it mean? The Internet of Value began with the invention of Bitcoin in 2009. That's when the Internet of Value began. So when we talk about it, digital asset group, this is on Wells Fargo website. I can't make this up. This is not, I didn't make this up. Okay, check this out. They literally list XRP as a digital currency. They list Bitcoin as a store of value. They literally call XRP a digital currency on the Wells Fargo website. Stop playing. Shishi. Wall Street Journal. China's reopening complicates global fight against inflation. A stronger Chinese economy will boost demand for commodities, but could ease supply chain bottlenecks, sending mixed signals for central bankers. So right now, this is January 22nd, hot off the press, okay? Again, China is opening up, okay? They're opening up. They're lifting their COVID restrictions. What is that going to do? Okay, that is going to boost We all know that our supplies come from China. Everything comes. The reason why real estate has been behind, the reason why supply chain management has been behind, the reason why truckers are losing their mind, the reason why you go to the store and there's nothing to buy is because we have been in this pandemic, because there is a global reset that is happening. Right? So let's dive into this article maybe a little bit. Let's see. It says China will likely consume more energy as its economy recovers, putting upward pressure on prices of oil and other commodities. At the same time, however, its reopening could ease supply chain bottlenecks and enable factories to boost production, resolving some problems that contributed to higher inflation, because now they can get more people to work in those factories, lifting those things. The two effects could offset each other over time, but the cross currents could give central banks a reason to keep rates higher for longer while they monitor China's impact, even as other parts of the world flirt with recession. Michael Jackson said it best. They don't really care about us. All I really want to say that they don't really care about us. They don't care about us at all. They don't care. Like they will continue to put the people, and that's why we say the middle class is being wiped out, because right now there's two people. It's no middle class really no more, right? Eggs are the most. I've been watching TikTok and Instagram, and just, and some of the biggest memes right now, some of the biggest jokes is that if you want to impress a girl, all right, in the grocery store, you better start pulling them carton of eggs out, my boy. You know what I mean? Girls is impressed by eggs these days. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So that's the joke, but it's not so much a joke because the price of eggs is at an all-time high. Okay. So understand that inflation is crazy. I looked at Arizona, the drink Arizona, it ain't even 99 cents no more. It's $1.29. You know the world's changing. Let's continue to push forward. I ain't even had no eggs. I ain't even had no eggs. You know what I mean? Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't even been to the grocery store to look at the price of eggs. I ain't gonna lie. He said I went vegan. I went vegan. Hey, eggs. Hey, Chris, eggs will push you vegan, Chris. All right. So let's continue.
Not me.
You said, not me, B. So let's continue to push forward. All right. So this is kind of off track. All right. This is kind of off track, but what I want to do is I want to kind of show you guys something else that I found that was kind of interesting. Okay. ChatGPT, which is the new AI software, they have cleared the U.S. medical licensing exam. I just wanted to show you guys that AI, right? We're talking about the internet of value now, the internet of things, artificial intelligence, right? So why do I show this? Because these jobs that the Chinese economy is going to go back to, they're not going to be labor jobs, but the jobs that people are going to get see, you got to understand that AI is not necessarily here to take our jobs. AI is here for us to be able to, we're supposed to be able to control AI, right? So learning these skill sets of how to control the AI, those are going to be the people that win. The people that win are the people that can control the artificial intelligence and actually tell it what to do. The programmers, the developers, those are the jobs. They don't need us lifting things and putting it on the shelves anymore. They don't need us standing at the counter and taking people's money anymore and giving them cash back. They don't need that. Everything. They don't need a server to bring us stuff. Hell, they don't even need strippers. There's a strip club, I believe, in Las Vegas right now where they got robots stripping. Talking about the future. You saw that, Jay? I saw that too. It was crazy. All right. So I just want you guys to see, actually, we're not done here. Okay. So ChatGPT, which was launched by OpenAI in Q4 of last year, and it has taken the community by surprise with its abilities. In its most basic essence, it is a chatbot that is calibrated with supervised and in reinforcement learning techniques. All right. So a recent MedPage Today report highlighted that the test results showed new and surprising evidence of what this AI tool was capable of. According to Victor Singh, MD of this health, Mountain View Health, okay, ChatGPT was able to perform at more than 50% accuracy across all of the exams. In fact, in most of their analysis, it achieved close to 60%. There it is. This is the case. It was done by Yale, BMJ, and Cold Spring Harbor Laboratory. Okay, the performance of the ChatGPT on the USMLE. So you tell me now that medical students can just use ChatGPT to pass their board exams. What is this world coming to? Let's continue to push forward. So now that we've went through all of the stuff that's happening in our economy, now it's time to fast forward to what you guys are here for. If you're ready for the crypto news, just drop those coffee emojis in the chat box and let's get to it. Now, Bloomberg, Bloomberg to pay $5 million for misleading disclosures about its valuation methodologies for fixed income securities. This came out yesterday. The SEC is suing Bloomberg. You know they don't care about nobody. Bloomberg, $5 million settlement is what Bloomberg has to pay to continue to push forward in America. The SEC is more focused on collecting the bag than securing regulation. This is terrible. We move on. IRS and the SEC again added to the list of creditors in the Genesis bankruptcy filing. If you haven't heard, okay, the SEC has sued Genesis. Okay, they sued Genesis and Gemini. Okay, why? They sued them. Let's see why they sued them. They said that the SEC charged both Genesis and Gemini with the unregistered offering and sales of securities, cryptocurrencies, through the Gemini Earn lending program. So you remember all of you all that hit me up and like, okay, how do I do lending? I want to start staking my crypto. I want to earn more. I want to do this. What did I tell y'all? It's not the time for that. If you wanted to do that, you should have been listening to me in 2019. You should have been listening to me in 2018 when I told you to get to the bag. Ain't that right, Chris? When we was telling people in 2018, 2019. But now all the people that want to do it because crypto is popular, because it was going up, they got their nose wiped. They got their nose wiped with real good Kleenex too. This was the good Kleenex. All right. So the IRS and the SEC and the U.S. Attorney Office for the Southern District of New York were among the creditors for this bankruptcy. All right. Now, when they filed for bankruptcy, the firm said it had more than $150 million in cash on hand to provide ample liquidity, support its business operations, and facilitate the restructuring process. Okay, of the creditors, there were so many different investors and creditors, but one of the main ones that I want to pay attention to right now is the Stellar Development Foundation, right? And so if we go here, this is on Forbes billionaires, crypto billionaire, Ripple co-founder, Jed McCleb, nonprofit lent money to Genesis. Now you got this guy right here who is the co-founder of the Stellar Foundation, okay, a nonprofit organization created by him, is owed $13.2 million by Genesis. They're not going to get that money. They won't get that money. So I want you to understand that all of this stuff is tied together, okay? Let's continue to push forward, family. So John Deaton, this is a very, very long tweet. Mr. Branch, I think you probably have seen this one already. But if you guys don't follow John Deaton, this is one of the lawyers, one of the partners, one of the lawyers of the Ripple case. And so he's really been going in like really going in, Lil Wayne style, really going in on Twitter, okay? So this is a very long thread, but we'll read a little bit of it. So he said, the same reasoning applies to digital assets. The digital asset itself is simply code, but the way it is sold as part of an investment to non-users by promoters to develop the enterprise can be, and in that context, most often is a security. This was from Bill Hinman's speech back in 2018 before they decided to start suing. Bill Hinman was the former chair of the SEC. Okay, now let's continue to push forward. He said, notice that the asset is more a security if it is sold as part of an investment to non-users by promoters. Clearly, LBC, which is library users, blockchain, who didn't purchase the tokens from library or its executives, do not fit with what Hinman articulated. He said thousands of XRP holders acquired XRP to establish a trust line with the XRP ledger to transfer value. Thousands got paid their salaries in XRP. Thousands utilize XRP as a substitute for fiat. Thousands of vendors accept payments in XRP. According to the SEC's 2019 framework for digital assets, a crypto is unlikely to satisfy the Howey test if it can immediately be used to make payments in a wide variety of contexts or acts as a substitute for real or fiat currency. In sum, in 2019, the SEC described XRP to a T. So literally in 2019, they said clearly in their thing that XRP was not a security, but they reneged. And if you renege in spades, I need those 3 books. I need those 3. And I'm not getting them. And if you don't give me, if I run a full board on you, I need the 3 the next time you get on the table. Yes, sir. That's how we play. You got to pay those debts, right? So he says, now also consider that 5 years earlier in 2014, the USGO described XRP as a virtual currency utilized in a decentralized payment system. Also consider in 2015, the FinCEN and the Department of Justice settled with Ripple, classifying XRP as convertible virtual currency. This has been going on. Consider that the 2015 settlement forced Ripple to comply with banking laws, not securities laws, and forced Ripple to hire an independent third-party auditor approved by FinCEN and DOJ to provide the government with annual audits of all XRP sales for 5 years, and this info was shared with the SEC. Also consider that 2 years before 2015, FinCEN's settlement in 2013, Chris Larson, okay, the co-founder and executive chairman of Ripple, okay, gave a presentation to the Treasury, the CFTC, and the Federal Reserve, and the SEC, wherein he demonstrated the utility of XRP. Also consider that in addition to the 2015 FinCEN declaration that XRP was a convertible virtual currency, the CFTC stated that virtual currencies similar to Bitcoin are properly classified as commodities. So that means XRP should be a virtual commodity, not a security. I need those 3 books. Chris, I need those 3 books. Wipe his nose. Wipe his nose. Y'all got to realize what we hold. I'm going through all of this to show you guys what we hold. Let's go. So I got more. We're going to stop here. Okay, it's going to go into the library case and all of this stuff. Okay, if y'all want to see this thread, go to Mr. Deaton's Twitter page and go read this. Okay, but I got to show y'all some stuff. I dug this up right here. Okay, first thing that I want to show you all. Okay, is this video right here. This video right here. Okay, so Ripple's, this is entitled, this is Ripple's prediction for 2023. Listen up.
building outside the U.S. very rapidly, given the opportunities we see. But we're not going to go kind of off piste and try to chase shiny things this year. There's no room or time for that with this kind of environment.
In terms of, you mentioned CBDCs is on your radar. In what regard? How are you helping out with that?
So we have an interesting approach. We realize we're not going to solve that problem for every single central bank around the world. We're very targeted. We found great interest in some of the smaller central banks around the world that are looking for a strategy, looking for a partner, looking for a technology, a side blockchain, ideas about how to go about this. So we had our first MOU signed with the Kingdom of Bhutan in my neck of the woods back in Asia. Palau is an example, but we're in conversations with dozens of central banks around the world, trying to figure out the best way to help them across this goal.
They want to use XRP or Ripple Labs or to develop it?
They want to use technologies that will help them help their own citizens. And so we don't believe there's any one solution for all these central banks in this technology across the world. There's places we can play. There may be a side chain to the XRP ledger. We may help in the interoperability across the world. There's places we can play. There may be a side chain to the XRP ledger.
There may be a side chain to the XRP ledger that is quant, right? That is quant. We talked about that. We had the interview with Greg Lunt. Okay, quant is the side chain. Okay, it's the thing it's the glue in the middle that brings it all together. Guys, you got to understand, all right? I know a lot of you all are new to crypto, but these companies you should be writing down and you should be buying. These are the companies that are going to change the way that our financial system is ran. If you did not get the opportunity to invest into the first part of the financial system, the time is now. I have another video from the World Economic Forum on the Forbes stage, 2023 Forbes Forum on Creator Equity. Listen up to this video.
In our case, we have a digital dollar. We operate the world's largest digital currency, dollar. There's about 45 billion in circulate, 44 billion in circulation. Last year, there was, I think, 8.6 billion, trillion, transacted on chain. That's a gobbledygook word for like actually happening in the cryptocurrency world on blockchains. This is real. It's happening. And there's a flight to safety to take something like a USDC. By the way, what I meant to say was that USDC has parried 8.6 trillion last year. That they can take USDC and they know it's a digital form of a dollar and they know that it's worth a dollar because they can see every month we're showing that dollar is sitting in an actual bank account. And then they're going to go, they know that they can trust it. They can hold it in.
Did y'all hear that? The US dollar is actually sitting in an actual bank account. Shots fired to Tether.
Digital wallet. That's not a wallet with paper money. It's just a digital wallet. It's either on their phone or frankly in their head. If they had to, they could walk across the border of the corrupt country they're in into a better country and take their wealth with them.
Woo!
There's like countless examples of this. We're doing it with the UNHCR, United Nations High Commissioner on Refugees, to get money into the hands of Ukrainian refugees. This is through the power of a blockchain called Stellar and USDC. Money is going into the hands of Africans, the African citizens in the African continent, to be able to build wealth with a platform there called Aza Finance. There are countless examples. USDC has been used to fund COVID relief in India. We used it to fund Venezuelan frontline workers with COVID.
USDC has been used to fund COVID relief. Do you understand that when you got these digital assets, anything can happen in the US, but before it happens, we're going to gain our wealth because these digital assets are going to take off, because you got to understand that we're going to be able to go to where I'm at right now. We're going to be able to leave this world. I'm so far thinking of this. Like, this is alien money. This is like my friends on Mars, I can send them money through XRP because it's a digital ledger and it has no boundaries. It has no borders. I can send this from here to space. This is space money. That's why I'm sitting in space right now. This is space money, and you have the opportunity to invest into it. If you think this is crazy, I got something even crazier that you need to see right now. Check this out. So, and then we're gonna get ready to get out of here. Okay. Now, exclusive Swift Payments Network access cut to crypto exchanges. This has been one of the biggest news right? This has been one of the biggest news for all crypto investors. Okay. They're trying to make it hard for investors to get into the crypto space. By February 1st of 2023, okay, the SWIFT network, this goes effective February 1st. The SWIFT network, well, listen, the New York Signature Bank, other banks will no longer process fiat currency transfers to cryptocurrency exchanges with a value of less than $100,000 via the SWIFT network. Now, what is the SWIFT network? The SWIFT network, if you guys don't know, this is SWIFT. SWIFT was put in place after President Nixon took us off the gold standard. Okay, that is what SWIFT is. So SWIFT is the messaging standard, okay, for central banks. They are moving to something called ISO 20022. Make sure you're ready. What they said, make sure you're ready. Read it here, family. Make sure you're ready for March 2023. They're not talking to us. They're talking to central banks. Make sure you're ready for the great reset. Make sure you're ready for the good switch. Starting your journey now will ensure you're ready to go live on ISO 20022 for cross-border payments and reporting, and the start of the coexistent period from March 2023. Guys, we are 2 months away from it going live. If you do not own XRP, XLM, XDC, Quant, IOTA, Algorand, and all other compliant ISO tokens, I would recommend that you find a way to get you some. It is that time. XRP is 36 cents. You'll be a damn fool to not buy it. And this is financial advice. I don't care. This is advice. It is. I said it. And that's that on that. I'm tired of people talking about this ain't financial advice. It is. It is advice. And if you don't take it, you'll be upset. SEC might come after me one day. I don't care. Y'all just know when I settle with the SEC one day, we made it. Mama, we made it. When I settle with the SEC, mama, we made it. That's all I'm going to say. That when I get up there and I have to do my press conference, I'm going to just say, mama, we made it. I'm going to drop the mic. So this right here, okay, take the advice at your own risk. Absolutely, Shy. Take the advice at your own risk, all that extra stuff, but I am advising y'all to do that. Okay, now, dear Binancean, we are writing to let you know about a change that may affect your Binance services. Now, you got to understand that the SWIFT, hey, mom, hey, Miss Lavana, mama. Okay, but what I want to say is this, okay? We are moving it. This has nothing to do with your debit card and credit card. This has everything to do with ACH payments. So if this is ACH payments because it's SWIFT. So this has nothing to do with you putting your debit card. So if you have a debit card, you can still buy it under 100,000. But the point of this is to see that they can change the rules up anytime that they want. So what's happening? The banking partner that services your account has advised that they are no longer able to process SWIFT fiat transactions for individuals of less than 100,000 USD as of February 1st. This is the case for all of their crypto exchange clients. Please be advised that until we are able to find an alternative solution, you may not be able to use your bank account to buy or sell crypto with USD via SWIFT with a value of less than $100,000. Our team is actively seeking a new SWIFT partner to avoid any interruption of service. A new SWIFT partner. I wonder who that could be. Now, from King Solomon on Twitter, okay, you all know King Solomon. He said, as I've stated before from research, SWIFT has already implemented blockchain wallets and plans to go live with ISO 24165. Guys, y'all might want to look that one up. ISO 24165. Remember now, ISO is a standard from the World Economic Forum. Okay, ISO is a standard. It's the standards for global accountability. Okay, everything that we do falls under ISO protocols. Okay, this is just one of them. This protocol is for digital token identifiers, aka crypto. They did this in November of this year. Let's pull this up a little bit and take a look. In addition, as a part of the release of 2022 standard, support for the confirmation and settlement of non-deliverable foreign exchange transactions and options in digital currency is included in the FX News Category 3 that do not have an ISO 4217 currency code. The format of this identification field for digital assets is changed so that it is aligned with the ISO 24165. So they're changing it from ISO 4217, which is the original code, to ISO 24165, which is the new cryptocurrency code. But regular people don't know about this stuff. I promise you. People don't know. People don't know what we're talking. Most people probably will click off of this because it's too far over their head. Okay. Well, I think that might be all I have for y'all, man. That's all I have for you. Remember, we're $31.5 trillion in debt. So I want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in to Coffee and Crypto. If you're live on YouTube, before y'all go, don't click off because I got a couple things for you. Okay. First thing that I have for you is if you have not joined my VIP text community, drop a me in the chat box. If you're not a part of my VIP, okay, that's very important person. If you're not a part of my very important person text thread, just let me know real quick. And I got something. I got something for you. Okay. I got something for you. Okay. Okay. Got a couple people that's not a part of the text thread. Perfect. Right. So I'm going to be sending out a bunch of different stuff. But what I want you all to do is to do me this favor really fast. Let me actually find it real quick. Give me 1 second. How y'all feel about today's episode? Just drop it in the chat box. Was today good? Was today good for y'all, man? Awesome. Awesome. It was hot. Let's get it. Let's get it. So before y'all go anywhere, we're about to do our Q&A. But before y'all get up out of here, I wanted to drop this for you all to join the VIP thread group. All right. I'm going to, here you go. Boom. There y'all go. All right. So you can click this link right here that I just dropped inside of the Zoom chat. Everybody click that link. Join the VIP text thread. What you're going to get is no more than 4 text messages a week. It'll be reminders that Coffee and Crypto is going on. That'll be 2 of them. And then any type of just maybe value that I have, something that I want to share with you all that I found interesting throughout the week in crypto. And then it'll probably be, if someone wants to join Discord or whatever the case may be, you want one-on-one mentorship, you may get a text about that. But for the most part, we're not going to blow you up. I'm not going to hit you up. All right. I give you the terms and conditions. So you won't receive more than 4 messages at max from me per week, but most of them will just be to remind you that this call is going on. Shout out to Miss Janet. I appreciate you being here. Ms. Zuli told me about you, and I'm thankful to have you here as well, Miss Janet. So with that being said, I want to open up the line for Q&A. So y'all know how I like to do it. What's your name? Where you're from, and one thing you like, learned, and love about today's episode, and anything else you want to share with the family. Feel free to raise your hand. And if you don't know how to raise your hand, you could just drop a hand emoji or a me in the chat box. But if there's anybody that would like to share, I'd love to hear from 1 or 2 people that would love to share maybe one thing you like, learned, or love. And while we're waiting on those hands to be raised up, I want to say thank you to everybody on YouTube. Okay, if you are interested in joining and you are live on YouTube, you can text the word join. You can text the word join to this phone number. You can text the word join to this phone number right here, 855-871-0829. If you want to join my VIP text thread and you want to be have access to our community, you can text the word join to 855-871-0829. That's 855-871-0829. Text the word join and you will be added to the VIP text thread. If there's anybody that has anything, feel free to raise your hand. I'm not getting out of here till I hear from 2 people. All right. Y'all know I'm stubborn. So y'all might as well raise your hand, or we're gonna be sitting here and I'm gonna just keep on promoting. I'm gonna just keep on promoting. I'm gonna just keep on talking about what I got going on. All right. Awesome. Shy said we gotta get up out of here. Shy said we gotta go. I got something to say because we gotta go. I love that. Shout out to Shy.
Peace and blessings. Thanks for having me. My name is China Thompson. I go by Chai or Shy. And so this is a little weird, right? I actually appreciate the little bit of fear that's bellowing in my belly, because it makes me understand. You hear all the whispers, but to have a set in stone date that's less than 2 weeks away, where there are going to be some implemented change, well, baby, that's right now. And to hear things like what's gone on with Bank of America recently, and to know that when changes are coming at a massive level, we start to see those hiccups. So there's like these forewarnings, these previews. Then when you take us to the website, that's not even meant for us to see. That's speaking to the shot callers, right? When it says banks be ready for this, well, you better bet your bottom dollar that we damn sure better be getting ready as well, or we'll get left behind. People felt really bad when they couldn't access their money. And so I'm very appreciative of this process that you have, the education and the knowledge that you pour into us. I know that I need to get my wallet ready. In the old school days, people rather put their money in a shoebox than put it in a bank. And that's the same thing as having it on that ledger. And to know exactly where we should be making these moves so we can have the best chance at remaining relevant and surviving in a world where many people are going to have a poor quality of life. We're tanking. We're tanking fast. And that fear that I have, it also is met with a bit of comfort knowing that I'm being guided by somebody who's knee deep in this, neck deep. I think you might be drowning in it, really. You know what's going on. Then in the rabbit hole, and you're holding our hand and you're guiding us. And, instead of just being overwhelmed with fear, I have a little bit of confidence and even some pride in knowing that I'm going to be set up for success. And all I have to do is follow these steps, because the first thing that I did when you say that was I pulled it up so I can go ahead and buy a little bit more. 36 cents. If we can spend $5 on food in the fast food restaurant, we can go ahead and set ourselves up for success, especially since within the next, 60 days, less than 60 days, February is a short month and it's a leap year, so, with all of those things being said, now. And so I'm very appreciative of the sense of urgency that you give me, because it's easy to kind of walk past this and forget what needs to be done. But when you make it so very plain and clear and you paint that picture, the only thing we can do is buy that thing off the wall and take it home. So I'm grateful. Thank you.
Shishi. We're grateful for you too. Thank you so much. That was incredible, man. Wow. See, y'all got me. I'm fired up right now. I'm finna go crazy today. You know what I mean? I'm about to have a great day. And I gotta bring up my brother. If there's anybody else, feel free to raise your hand. This time is for us. If you're on the YouTube channel, I get it. If you're on the YouTube channel, I know you're not on the Zoom, so that's why you got to join the community. You know what I mean? You got to be a part of it. You know what I mean? But I got to call on my brother right here, right now. You can go ahead and unmute my brother. What up, Mo?
What's going on, my boy? Everything straight, man?
Man,
how y'all doing, family? Y'all stay blessed, stay peaceful, stay positive, of course. I love every time you get on here and you do your thing, bro. You speak your heart, your mind, and your soul, and you put everything on the front screen for everybody and make sure everybody knows what's going on. That's big love, that's big gratitude, and that's big grace. Your blessings gonna always come back 10 times forward, because you're doing it for the people. You're not doing it for yourself. I love you. I love y'all. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's get it. And go buy some XRP. Y'all know we finna run the world. Let's go.
You know the vibes, man. Hey, I hope they ask to buy mine back. I'm praying for a buyback. I'm praying for a big. That's gonna be a big payback. You talking about a big payback? That's the big payback. That's the song right there. Black folks, we done had this song, the big payback. We're waiting for the big payback. We've been waiting on the big payback for years. It is here. It's coming. It's coming. And I'm telling y'all right now, if you do not get in your bag, if you do not get you some of this stuff, I don't know what will be like. I mean, maybe you got your real estate. I talk to real estate people, like, I got my real estate. I ain't worried about that. I don't need that crypto. I got my real estate. I got my real estate. All right. But what about when your real estate's ran on the blockchain? That's why I asked this lady yesterday. I was like, what about when your real estate's held on a distributed ledger? What about when you can only process real estate transactions through digital assets like NFTs? What about when that happens? I got my real estate. But you got your real estate, but your mental state of what runs the real estate, which is the blockchain estate, you ain't got that estate together. What about that estate? I can stay here and talk all day. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. This was Coffee and Crypto. All right, episode 74. All right, it was an absolutely incredible episode. I want to say thank you to everybody that tuned in on the YouTube. Shout out to everybody in my YouTube clan. I love each and every single one of y'all. And you already know I will see y'all at the top, not only from the top. Have a blessed day, and I will see y'all very soon on episode 75. Peace and blessings. Good show. Thanks. That was on the building. That's not the cover. Oh, I feel great. Yeah. 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 I feel great. It's always a great show and feel like I get better and better at sharing this information every time I get on. It's just like, you know, it's a growing skill set. And also it's a day by day kind of thing. That's what I said, like, literally. Right. That's the part. That's the hard part is like most people can't put together. Yeah, I wouldn't even know. No problem. Yes, you will. Hey. So I saw a kid putting that in the fire, we wanted that. What is this stuff against black being like? Is this dope? No. I'm the one more. They're the. Oh, yeah. And they're going to enjoy the show today. I go back and I go back after and I look and I'm like, oh, I missed all this. I saw the guy asking about real estate. Stuff like that. I didn't see that, but yeah, that's why. But you know, I didn't work YouTube so all the other people like pay attention. You gotta pay attention to your Zoom. No. Pay attention to your Zoom and people in YouTube. They I got links in my bio, so if they want to join, they'll find a way to get in touch with me. Yeah, you gotta pay attention to the Zoom thing you're doing. Yeah, it can't be switching over to YouTube trying to read comments. On YouTube, you got to pay attention because they're not a part of my community. The people that's a part of my community